Every airport has its stories. The man sprinting barefoot through security after his boots slowed him down, the woman dressed for a night out, shivering at 30,000 feet, the passenger trapped in jewelry so layered every beep at the scanner was theirs. Most people think airport outfits are about style or comfort. The truth? The wrong choice can cost you hours, your health, and in rare cases, even your seat on the plane. Here's what almost no traveler realizes. Seasoned flyers and flight crews know there are outfits you simply never wear if you want to move smoothly through an airport. And once you hear them, you'll understand why. So stay with me, because the clothing mistakes we're about to uncover aren't just inconvenient, they could change the way you travel forever. And if you've ever been caught sweating, limping, or holding up the line, you already know the pain. Don't repeat it. Hit subscribe now, because one overlooked mistake could make your next flight miserable. Here's the first truth most travelers overlook. The fight between comfort and style doesn't end at the boarding gate. It follows you all the way to 30,000 feet. What looks sharp in the mirror can turn into your worst enemy once you're seated for hours in recycled air, cramped rows, and freezing cabin temperatures. Take a look at celebrities spotted in glossy airport photos. Oversized coats dragging on the floor, designer heels wobbling through terminals, leather pants creasing after just 20 minutes in a seat. They may look glamorous for a camera flash, but for the average passenger, that same outfit becomes a private disaster. Even everyday travelers fall into this trap. Someone dresses for a night out, confident at check-in, but by hour 3 of a long haul, their outfit feels like a straitjacket. Fabrics that don't stretch, cut into skin, buttons press against ribs, and suddenly sleep is impossible. That's why seasoned travelers choose differently. They know the goal isn't to impress strangers at security, it's to protect your body during the flight. Now let me ask you this. What's the worst airport outfit fail you've ever seen or worn yourself? Drop it in the comments, because your story might just save another traveler from making the same mistake. Airport security is where fashion mistakes turn into full-blown disasters. You might not notice it when you leave home, but the wrong accessory can add minutes of frustration, not just for you, but for everyone stuck in line behind you. Belts with oversized buckles, heavy bracelets, layered necklaces, they all have one thing in common. Metal detectors love them. Every beep means removing, scanning, and waiting. It's not just inconvenient, it broadcasts to an entire line that you weren't prepared. Then there's footwear. Lace-up boots that take forever to untie, knee-highs that feel glued to your legs. They look stylish in the terminal, but when you're fumbling to get them off, the clock is ticking. By the time you've managed, the rest of the line is already annoyed, and your stress is building. And let's not forget the layers. Too many, and you end up juggling sweaters, jackets, and scarves and bins, trying not to lose something important. Seasoned travelers know the trick. Wear layers that slip on and off in seconds. A zip-up jacket, a scarf that folds into your bag, shoes that slide off without effort. Small choices that transform security from a struggle into a smooth pass-through. Most travelers never think about this until it's too late, when they're barefoot on a cold floor, juggling jewelry, and holding up the line. Don't be that traveler. Subscribe now so you're never the one slowing down the checkpoint. Trust me, everyone behind you will thank you. Airports aren't fashion shows, and airplanes are not runways. Yet countless travelers dress as if they are, and pay the price for it. The first mistake, restrictive fabrics. Skinny jeans, stiff leather, or anything that doesn't give your body room to expand. At ground level, they feel snug and stylish, but in the pressurized cabin of a long flight, they become torture devices. Swelling legs, poor circulation, and restless discomfort. Your body pays in silence while you count the hours until landing. Then there's footwear. High heels and wedges may carry an air of confidence, but airports are obstacle courses. Gates change at the last minute, connections shrink to minutes, and suddenly you're expected to sprint across a terminal designed like a maze. In shoes built for show, not for speed, every step feels like a punishment. And finally, clothing that's too thin, too revealing, or too delicate. On the ground, a crop top might feel carefree, but picture this. An overnight flight, the cabin lights dim, the air conditioning blasting. One traveler, wrapped in a blanket from head to toe, still shivering because their outfit was made for summer streets, not airborne temperatures. Even worse, the same outfit can spark awkward attention or discomfort when landing in countries with more conservative dress norms. The truth is simple. Your body never forgets what you make it endure at 30,000 feet. Every fabric, every shoe, every layer you choose decides whether your journey feels effortless or unbearable. Some travel mistakes don't just cost you comfort, they can turn into hygiene nightmares you'll regret for the entire trip. Let's start with open-toed shoes. They might feel easy and carefree at home, but step into an airport bathroom and the reality hits. floors touched by thousands of shoes each day, unexpected spills, and no space between you and what you wish you hadn't stepped on. On a plane, it's worse. Tight aisles, shared restrooms, turbulence, and your bare toes are one accident away from contact you'll never forget. Then there's loose trailing clothing. Long scarves, oversized pants, baggy cardigans. They look cozy, but they have a way of picking up everything you don't want. They catch on armrests, sweep across airport floors, and collect what others leave behind. Comfort shouldn't mean dragging home an invisible souvenir. And finally, fragrance. Strong cologne or perfume might feel like self-care, but in a sealed cabin it becomes a silent war. What smells refreshing to you can trigger headaches, nausea, or even allergic reactions for the person trapped in the next seat. There's a smarter option. Carry fragrance-free wipes. They freshen you up after long hours without suffocating anyone around you. It's a small choice that makes a big difference when you're sharing air with 200 strangers. If you've ever sat next to that overpowering cologne passenger, you know exactly why it matters. Subscribe and drop a comment so we can spread the word, because the more travelers understand, the more bearable flying becomes for everyone.
Here's the part seasoned travelers don't argue about. There is an airport uniform that works every single time. It's not about looking flashy. It's about protecting your body, saving time, and moving through every stage of travel without stress. Start with the base. Stretch fabrics like leggings or joggers. They move with you, they don't cut off circulation, and they handle hours of sitting without leaving you feeling trapped. Layer that with something breathable, a soft tee or a long sleeve that won't suffocate when the air is dry, but still gives coverage when the cabin cools. On top, keep it simple, a lightweight jacket or a scarf that doubles as a blanket. The trick is easy on, easy off, so you're never wrestling with clothes at security or freezing once the plane climbs. Shoes? Slip-ons with real support. They slide off in seconds for screening and slip back on without delay. And when gates change and you're suddenly racing through a terminal, they're built for movement, not just looks. There are hidden hacks most people never use. Pack foldable flats in case your main shoes fail you. Carry a small laundry bag so worn clothes don't contaminate the fresh ones in your carry-on. And yes, airports themselves give away more than most realize. Blankets, socks, even slippers are often available if you ask at the right counter. Few travelers think to request them, but the ones who do rarely regret it. That's the truth behind smart airport style. It isn't about impressing anyone at the gate. It's about being prepared for whatever the journey throws at you and leaving every flight with your energy intact. Imagine this, you're racing through security, boarding pass in one hand, bag slipping off your shoulder, and suddenly that comfortable outfit you threw on becomes the reason you're stopped, delayed, or even singled out. One bad clothing choice at the airport isn't just inconvenient. It can set off a chain of discomforts that follow you 30,000 feet into the air. Most travelers think of outfits as just style or comfort, but airlines, security protocols, and even cabin conditions react to what you wear. Clothes that are too tight? They can restrict blood flow on long flights. Metal details on shoes or belts? They'll trigger alarms at TSA. Even fabrics that wrinkle or trap sweat can leave you looking and feeling like you've already had a rough journey before you've even boarded. And here's the hidden cost, the subtle embarrassment of standing out for the wrong reason. Picture being that passenger everyone watches as you struggle with your shoes at security, or the one quietly fanning themselves because their outfit can't breathe. These aren't just small moments. They stick with you. They affect how people treat you, how comfortable you are, and even how much you enjoy the trip you paid for. But now, you know better. You're no longer the rookie. You've just stepped into the category of travelers who move through airports with ease, with confidence, and with zero stress. Don't let all of this slip away. Subscribe now, and in the next video, I'll show you the exact outfits that make flying feel effortless. No wasted motion, no rookie mistakes, just travel the way it should be. Every airport is a stage. Some travelers glide through with ease, others stumble before they even reach the gate. The difference, often it comes down to what they wear. Now you know the hidden costs of getting it wrong. Delays, discomfort, embarrassment, even safety risks. But here's where it turns around. In our next episode, I'll show you exactly what does work. Airport outfits that balance comfort, confidence, and cultural awareness. Clothes that make the journey easier instead of harder. So don't just travel. Travel smart. Hit subscribe now so you're not the passenger learning lessons the hard way at 30,000 feet. Because every airport tells a story, and you don't want your outfit to be the wrong one.